All right. Well, I think we are about there. So let's go ahead and get started. Thanks for coming back, or thanks for continuing into our events this week. My name's Luke. I'm part of the undergraduate admissions team hosting our virtual open house for you guys as admitted students. We hope you've been enjoying the program so far. So over the next 30 to 45 minutes, I'm going to introduce you to my colleagues over in our Compass and Excel programs. We'll have some opportunity for you to hear about their program, and then we'll have some time at the end where you can ask questions as well. Now, I encourage you at the bottom of your Zoom link, you'll see a Q&A button. If you click on that, it'll allow you to type in your questions, and we'll be going through and addressing as many questions as we can possibly get to about Compass and Excel then. So without further ado, I'm going to allow my colleague, Dr. Melissa Dagley, to introduce herself to you.
Hello, everyone, and I'm going to go ahead and share my screen if I can find my presentation here. I had it pulled up, so we'll just give that a moment. But I will go ahead and introduce myself. Welcome this evening. Miss Evans is here with me tonight. Sarah Evans is the coordinator for our Excel Compass programs. Sarah, would you like to say hello to everyone before I get started?
Sure. Hello. Nice to, I guess, talk to you all tonight about our Compass and Excel programs. I'm the Excel Compass undergrad advisor and coordinator of the program. So I'm going to be trying to answer some questions in the chat while Dr. Dagley is going through the presentation tonight.
Okay, excellent. Thank you. So hopefully everyone can see my screen. So as Luke mentioned, I am Melissa Dagley. I am the executive director for the Center for Initiatives in STEM and director of the Excel and Compass programs. And Sarah and I are thrilled that you are here with us this evening. And I want to take just a little bit to make sure that we start off giving you some information about the programs, and then make sure that we allow plenty of time for you to ask questions. So one of the first things that we're often asked is, why would I want to choose a STEM career? And though obviously, you know, there are reasons like Fortune 500 companies are run by STEM professionals, or there are lots of jobs in the STEM fields, or I'm going to make more money over the course of my career. Those are all great reasons to go into STEM. But in reality, I would tell you that you want to go into STEM because you're excited and you're passionate about the area that you want to study, and you're interested in making a difference in the world and making a real impact. So let me tell you a little bit about the two programs. The Excel program, Excel and Compass, were both originally funded by the National Science Foundation. And they're slightly different. They have different goals. The Excel program is about increasing the success of students in their first 2 years of college. We recruit about 300 students into the program per year, and then we provide enhanced educational opportunities that help to improve your success in your STEM major in college. The Compass program, which has also now been institutionalized by the university, has a goal to increase the number of UCF STEM degree recipients by recruiting undecided students into STEM areas. And for the Compass program, we bring in about 100 students each year. We realize that while students are exploring, that not all students are going to choose to go STEM. So we want to capture 75 of those 100 students into the STEM majors, and then ideally retain them to graduation in their particular field. So what is really the difference? I alluded to it just a little bit there, but the difference is the decision about your major. Compass is for students who are unsure of which major or career that they are interested in pursuing. This can be anywhere along the spectrum from I'm undeclared, I don't have a clue, and that is perfectly okay. Or you may be declared in a major, but you're unsure of, is this really the major for me? Or you could be on the far end of the spectrum where you know you want to do something in STEM, but you're not exactly sure which area. So for example, I know I want to do engineering, but I'm not sure if I want to be mechanical or industrial or environmental. I know I want to be sciences, but I don't know if that's biology or physics or chemistry. no matter what, Compass can assist you in this selection process. Compass is really here to help guide you in determining, clarifying, or confirming your major. And so we offer two pathways. One is for undecided students who, again, are somewhere on this spectrum. And then pathway 2 is for students who may have recently declared in a STEM major. Pathway 1 students are going to take the Career Planning STEM Explorations class. This is going to provide you with hands-on exposure to science and engineering careers while you're gaining some clarity on your own strengths or weaknesses and your own values. You're going to go through a process of who am I, where am I going, and how do I get there, all within the structured process of the career planning class. Pathway 2, for those that are declared in their STEM major, just recently declared in that STEM major, you're going to take the STEM seminar course. These courses help you to really focus on that confirming of your career choice and being successful in your STEM major. So you know you've chosen something in STEM. Now we want to help you be successful in that process. And we're going to do this by helping you to receive the tools for establishing a strong academic foundation in your particular major, but also providing you with an in-depth exposure to your STEM faculty, researchers, and labs. For Excel, on the other side of things, for Excel, there's never been a question. You know you are STEM. You know your major. You've known your major. You've made the decision. Maybe it was a year ago or 10 years ago, or you were just born to be a mechanical engineer. Whatever the case may be, you know which STEM degree program you're going into. And hopefully, again, strong in math or science and seeking confirmation and support in that chosen STEM field. When we talk about STEM within the Excel Compass programs, these are the majors that we're talking about. Excel Compass is focused on STEM majors who require calculus as part of their academic study. And the reason for that is we know that students have the most difficulty in their STEM classes, and or those math and science classes, which is what really often deters them or causes them to quit their major in that first year of college. So we, within Excel and Compass, want to help you be successful in navigating through those courses. The Excel and Compass programs have been successful not because of what I do or what Ms. Evans does, but really based on the fact that since the inception of these programs, we have had a team across the university invested in the success of the programs. We have 5 colleges, all of the STEM colleges. Let's see here. Sarah says my sharing's not working as well here, so let me see if I can catch you up on the slides. How's that, Sarah? Are we sharing everything now?
Perfect, yes.
Okay, excellent, thank you. Sorry about that. So I'm going to flip back because the one that's most important is the slide that you missed. Let me show you the majors since you didn't get to see this. These are all of the different majors that I was mentioning that require that calculus, a minimum of calculus as a requirement for the major. So let everybody get a look at those. But again, as I was saying, the success of our programs really are not with what Ms. Evans or I do, but the fact that we have all of these colleges and different departments supporting our programs since their inception. We have all 4 of the STEM colleges, engineering, computer science, sciences, medicine, and optics and photonics involved in our programs. The College of Education helps in the training as well as the creation of the curriculum for our students. The Knights Major Exploration and Transition Center helps in our advising. We have the Institutional Knowledge Management who helps us in doing all of our assessment for our programs. And of course, our partners in the Office of Undergraduate Admissions, without whom we would not be here this evening. And so we appreciate that partnership as well. Since the inception of the program, we've had over 5,000 students as part of Excel and Compass. But what I really want to focus on here is the support that we have from our STEM faculty. We have about 23 STEM faculty who actually teach in our seminar and career planning courses. But more important than that, we have over 120 faculty who mentor our students in undergraduate research each year as part of the program, as part of our second year program. Excel and Compass basically offer you the opportunity to connect to students, other students, faculty, and within your disciplines through a learning community environment, which ultimately leads to the increased success in your STEM major. How do we do that? We recruit. So Excel, we recruit incoming freshmen. Compass, also incoming freshmen. And when I say freshmen, I mean first time in college. You may be a sophomore or junior standing, but it's your first time in college. Compass also allows for transfer students to participate in the Track 2 program. We are going to make sure that we enhance your student experience while you're here on campus by providing different sorts of activities. And I'm going to go over all of those activities in just a few moments. And then, of course, we have to prove that we do what we say we do. And so our assessment is an important part of that process. About our activities, I've already talked about recruiting students. I've already talked about the common courses that our students take, either the career planning or the STEM seminar, which occur in that first semester of enrollment in the program, usually fall semester. We also require our students to participate in common math classes. And so we offer everything from college algebra through calculus 3 in the program. And you will take those classes during your first year within the program, fall and spring semester. We offer graduate student mentors, learning assistants, and tutors who are going to be here to assist you through that first year and really beyond, helping to make sure that you're successful in your math classes and your science classes and providing services to you as part of the program. We offer tutoring when we're in person, which we plan to be in the fall, at our Compass Excel Center, which is located in the heart of campus, the Technology Commons 2 building, and then also at our Nike housing facility, where our students can choose to live in our living learning community in Nike 103. This is not a requirement. You do not have to live on campus. You do not have to live even near campus. You can be a commuter from home if that's what you choose to be part of Excel Compass. But we do offer this great opportunity for students to live together on campus if you so choose. We also offer advising. Ms. Evans and I work very closely with the college advisors to make sure that you get all of the information that you need to be successful in your major. We offer peer mentors as part of the program. Compass has peer mentors in their first semester. GEMS is our women's mentoring program, and we offer peer mentors throughout your first year of college. And then those living in our LLC or our living learning community also receive the benefit of peer mentors as well. During the second year of the program, we offer you the opportunity to participate in undergraduate research experiences. And then, of course, we plan lots of social activities throughout the year for you to participate in as well. Move forward here. Okay, so I mentioned a little bit about our courses, our math courses, and our career planning and STEM seminar. As I said, we offer college algebra through calculus 3. What this means is that if you have already completed through calculus 3, it's been a pleasure getting to know you, but really you've moved beyond what our program can offer. And so you wouldn't be eligible to participate in the program. However, if you fall anywhere between college algebra and calculus 3, then we would love to have you come participate in the program. Now, we don't require you to take any math courses that are not required for your major. So for those of you that may be biology or biomedical sciences, biotechnology, that only require calculus 1, you would only do the calculus 1 course with us, and then you would move on to your other science courses in your second semester. What you can see here is an example of what a first year and second year schedule would kind of look like. In your first semester, you're going to take that STEM Explorations or STEM Seminar course along with your Excel Compass Math, and then a science class based on what's needed for your particular major. In the second semester, you continue on with those math courses and science courses. If you're part of the Excel program, you continue with the STEM Seminar 2 class. In the second year, if you still need math, you will continue with those math courses, science requirements, and then this is when you begin to participate in the undergraduate research experience program. So nationally, the STEM graduation rate is about 45%. This means that of all the students that begin in a STEM major, only about 45% of those students see it through to graduation in that STEM major. I mentioned that we're here to help you be successful. And I think this slide shows our success story more than anything else. What you can see here are the graduation rates of our Excel Compass students over the years. And so these are 6-year graduation rates. That's why the data only goes up through 2013. We're getting ready to add the next year to that. But what you can see from this is that Excel, the blue columns, have always exceeded that national graduation rate in the STEM discipline. But more importantly, you can see that when compared to our control group, which is in the gray, we've had a 53% increase in graduation in a STEM major over like students here at UCF. That's a huge win for our program. I also talked about the second year research experience. We've had over 900 students who have participated in research while here at UCF. Most of these have been paid experiences because we receive funding from different supporters. But that funding is always dependent upon those supporters in any given year. But we will help students to make the arrangements to get involved in that undergraduate research. After doing our undergraduate research in the second year, students have the opportunity to go on to paid opportunities like the RAMP program, McNair, or even Flip Path, which is limited to a few certain majors. Ms. Evans and I will tell you all of the time, we are in this program not because, oh yes, it's something we enjoy, but it's really about the students that we serve. And so I want to brag on a few of our students. And these are students that have been through our program and have now been able to go out and be successful in their career. And that's why we're showcasing some people from some time ago. So Keon actually was one of our very first Excel students. He went through the program, he participated in undergraduate research, he went on to work with the RAMP McNair program, graduated from UCF in spring of 2010 in aerospace engineering, immediately went into his accelerated master's program and earned his master's degree in aerospace as well. But really, the great story about Keon is because of his involvement in research and his involvement with RAMP McNair, he was able to get a graduate fellowship from the National Science Foundation to continue his PhD program free of charge from the University of Washington, where we are thrilled to say he graduated in summer 2019 and has gone on to do wonderful things. Miss Whitney Keith participated in our program back in 2009. We highlight Whitney because Whitney was actually our first to win a national scholarship, the Astronaut Scholarship, awarded in 2010 and 11. And this was a very prestigious $10,000 scholarship that she received, one of only a few students nationwide. Whitney completed her degree in electrical engineering and went on to work with Ford Motor Company. I am happy to say that Whitney is still with Ford Motor Company. She came back a couple of months ago and joined us for a virtual panel for women in STEM. And so we were really excited to see her that evening, still coming back to help serve the students in the program that she was once a part of. Miss Daniella Badal took a slightly different route. She was biomedical sciences. She participated in research, but then also became a mentor for our women's mentoring program. She went on to volunteer with us quite a bit. She did other volunteer work as a Science Olympiad judge. And we are thrilled to say that Dr. Badal finished her Doctor of Pharmacy at the University of Florida's Pharmacy School at Lake Nona, completed her residency, and is now engaged in her lifelong dream of being a doctor. Joe Schleppy, one of our more recent grads in 2018, participated in Excel undergraduate research, but also took a slightly different path in that he got involved in entrepreneurship through the Blackstone Group here on campus. He graduated in electrical engineering and immediately founded his own company and is owner and CEO of Capacitech Energy. Joe comes back each fall to speak with our students in the STEM seminar class about entrepreneurship and how they can get involved and make a career for themselves. So, who should apply to our program? We're typically looking for high school seniors that have an interest in STEM, like or are good at math and science, have scored at least a 500 math SAT or ACT 20 math. They're looking for a supportive learning community to be a part of. Ideally, you've gone as high as you possibly can in your math work. We prefer that you have trigonometry, but if you don't, that's okay. Again, our program begins in college algebra. For Compass, of course, if you have any decision in your career choice or the major that you're going after, and you're interested in learning more about that process and would like some assistance in your career decision-making process, then Compass would be the right fit for you. We do also ask that you be admitted to UCF. That's very important to us. We're not going to make a decision on you until you have been formally admitted to the institution. We do have an online application. It's a pretty simple process. You can go to either of our program websites to learn a little bit more about our program, or after the fact, if you have some additional questions, the websites are very informative. You can find the application for both programs there. You only need to apply for one. The application is the same. So if you are applying to Compass but think you might be considered for Excel, or apply to Excel and might be considered for Compass, it's one application. You don't have to worry about doing that twice. And additionally, again, if you have questions after the fact, you can feel free to email Ms. Evans or I at any point in time. So at this point, I'm going to stop, and I've left plenty of time for questions. And so I don't know, I haven't been paying attention to the chat. So if there are questions there, then feel free to throw those at us and we'll take a stab at them.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Dr. Dagley. So, and again, if you have any questions that have come up, Sarah's been answering some in the Q&A section. Some of them we'll try to answer live as well. One of them that came up, Dr. Dagley, was if a student has scored a 3 or better on the AP Calculus test, do they have to take the math placement test? Also, same thing for the chemistry placement test. How does that work?
Okay, so let me talk about the math placement test, because that's the one that's most important for us. If you have an AP score in hand, like you took an AP class in the 11th, 10th, 9th, yes, I've seen 9th grade. If you took an AP class and test before your senior year, and you have that score in hand, then we will use that score to make sure that you receive the appropriate placement. If you are sitting in a 12th grade AP class, your scores are not going to be available to us until July. Our deadline for application to the program is May the 1st. So in that instance, you would need to take the math placement test, at least the college algebra portion, so that we could determine that you are at least college algebra ready in order to be admitted to the program. You could then choose to wait to take the rest of the test before your orientation, Or if your orientation occurs after those AP scores will be here, then you could use the AP score. I do encourage people who have not been in math for a while. So for example, if you decided to take your senior year off from math, or maybe you're a junior and senior year off from math, then you may want to take the math placement test just so you can get a good feel for where you should be in that math placement. If nothing else, it's a great refresher so that you become familiar with some of that information that you may not have had in a long time, because all of that information that you're being tested on is prerequisite knowledge for Calculus 1. And so it's a nice refresher for you, even if you do have that score that's going to get you placed into a math class. My final comment there would be, we are always going to defer to the score that gives you the highest placement. So if you take the math placement test and you place into college algebra, and then you get an AP score in July that places you into Calculus 1 or Calculus 2, we're going to defer to that AP score. So don't be concerned about being stuck in that lower level math if you know you have that score coming.
We always get the question a lot with AP scores, and a lot of it is just depending on the timing and when our undergraduate admissions office can get those on file for you guys.
Correct.
Another question we got for you was, we spoke to a student that is part or currently in the Excel program. And when he went to register for classes, he got conflicting advice from both the engineering faculty and from the Excel faculty. What's the best way to avoid this kind of predicament in the Excel program?
Well, so again, that I will say that's one of those situations where I wonder what the question was. And so I will tell you that Excel is going to advise you on your math classes and your science classes. More importantly, your math classes. Your academic advisor is going to advise you about your major and about, could be about your science classes if your science classes are very specific to your major. And so we're typically going to give you advice on math. Now, where could I see a conflict like this occurring? I'm going to use computer science as an example. The computer science catalog, if you look at the 4-year plan, tells you that you take a course in the second semester. However, that is also determined by what math class you're supposed to be in. So just because something is listed in your second semester on the ideal academic plan doesn't mean that that's where you should be. So for example, we will often tell students in computer science that they can postpone their discrete structures class and instead take our math class, because in all honesty, you should move through your math sequence before you take discrete structures. Discrete structures is listed in the second semester. So if someone needed a math class and discrete structures, that could be where they may receive that conflict. I will tell you, however, that the Excel advisors, myself and Miss Evans, are very versed in all of the majors, and we are not going to advise you to do something that is going to harm you in how you're moving through your curriculum, okay? So typically when we make a suggestion about something in your major, it's because we're making that suggestion based on your individual situation, and we're going to make sure that you stay on track in that major moving forward. So that's the only reason I could assume that there could have been a conflict between the two. But again, we'll take care of the math courses, and then your college advisors will take care of your major and those science and general education classes.
So next up, we had a question about what is the difference between a research experience that I would get through the Excel program as opposed to a program like the Learn program?
So really, I'm going to say that there's probably not a huge difference in the research experience. The Learn program is focused solely on research. And so Learn is a great program, absolutely. They only take a small number of students every year. I want to say 50, that may be too many, but they take a smaller number of students each year. But their program is 100% about doing research. Our program is about helping students be successful in their STEM major, and the research is a perk of our program. So with Learn, you're going to be doing research typically in your first year, second semester of your first year. With us, you're going to be doing research in your second year. But again, the programs are very different. We're geared on making sure that you are successful in those math courses as you move through your STEM major, and making sure that you have a well-rounded experience that includes research, that's not solely research.
How does the Excel and Compass program exist or coexist with the Burnett Honors College? Is it possible to do both programs? We got a question from a parent and student about that.
Absolutely. So there's no conflict. Well, there's maybe two conflicts. I'll mention those. You can absolutely be a member of Excel Compass and the Burnett Honors College. The only program that restricts you to being in one program and not anything else would be the Learn program. And that's because it's a living learning community environment. It's a very specialized program. And so you can't be in Excel and Learn, Compass and Learn, and so on of that nature. But honors, we usually have 40 or 50 students a year in our program that are part of the honors program. There are two conflicts. The first of those is that you can only live in one place. So if you do decide to live on campus, you can live with honors or you can live with us, but you can't do both because you can only reside in one place. And then the other one would be that you are required to take your math classes with the Excel Compass program in your first year, so fall and spring semester. That means that for fall and spring semester of your first year, you wouldn't be able to take an honors math class because you would be in our math classes. So that's probably the one restriction that you would have between the two programs. But again, we're focused on helping you be successful in those math courses. And then you can always, especially if you're like an engineer or physics or mathematics or something of that nature that requires multiple math courses, then you could potentially take your second year math classes, Calculus 2, Calculus 3, depending on where you start in the program, with the Honors College.
Yeah, we also got a question, and Sarah, you actually replied back. I think it might be a good one for everybody to hear, though. If a student is accepted into the Excel program and they want to live in the Excel housing, can they still pick their own roommates that they want to live with?
So yes, kind of. So yes, you can, if you choose to live in the Excel LLC, Excel Compass LLC, you can choose your own roommates. But your roommate has to be someone within the program. This is a restriction from housing, not particularly from us, but housing basically says that if you want to be part of a living learning community, everyone that's living in that living learning community has requested to be a part of that living learning community. So yes, you can still live, you can still choose your roommate. As long as that roommate is also part of the Excel Compass program.
And I know you addressed this a little bit earlier, but we got a good question that was, how do you decide on who gets accepted into your program? What's the biggest factors that you guys will be looking at to review students?
So I will tell you, Excel is a first come, first served program. We are not, sitting around saying, oh, only the best of the best get in, or, oh, we really want to help all students be successful in their STEM major. And so what we're looking for is that you have that minimum SAT or ACT math score. And then you have to be in a STEM major. And then we look at your math classes that you take while you're in high school. And so obviously, and so I mentioned earlier, biology, biomedical sciences, they're only required to take Calculus 1. If you're a biology major and you apply to our program and you already have credit for Calculus 1, then you're probably going to get denied from the program, because kudos to you, you're well beyond where we can help you with your math courses and being part of the learning community. And so we're really looking at those factors. And then we will give you a conditional acceptance and ask you to either take the math placement test, or if you've taken dual enrollment, we need a copy of that transcript so that we can determine that you are college algebra or higher ready for your math.
Now, I know you mentioned your deadline is May 1st for applications then. A couple of students had asked about if you do require the math placement test to be completed before May 1st, though. They were indicating they were kind of getting a little bit of conflicting information because they were advised they had to do it before orientation, but it sounds like your deadline may actually be before orientation though.
You are correct. So our deadline for decisions is May the 1st. And so, yes, you probably have heard from orientation, from your academic department, from your college. Their default phrase is do this before orientation. And I would say exactly the same thing. However, if you want to be considered for admission to Excel and Compass, you need to do it before May 1st. Now, I will tell you, we only need to see the college algebra portion of the test completed before May 1st. You can wait until after May 1 to take the pre-calc algebra and trigonometry sections. And those you just need to get done before your orientation.
Oh, well, great. Well, I think that about does it for our questions. We really appreciate your time, both to a big thank you to both Sarah and to Dr. Dagley for joining us today. Any parting words you want to convey to people about the Compass Excel program before we wrap it up?
So, I would just say Miss Evans and I are excited about you coming and being part of our program. Again, the thing that we love about this is working with the students and watching students succeed. And so get that application in so we can make some decisions and see you in the summer or fall.
Well, great. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Dagley. Coming up, we'll be giving you guys the opportunity to hear both from parents and current students then. More information was provided to you in your registration about how to log into those. And those programs will commence right at 7 p.m. So you have about 20-minute break or so. So thanks so much again for joining us tonight, and we will be right back.